Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? You are knowing what you are wanting. Yes. You are enjoying the evolution of your desire. Whenever you want something, it is always on its way to you, but you purify your vibration in order to let it in. If you really want something and you don't think about it much at all, it happens quite quickly, because in your desire for it, it's summoned, and in your absence of contradictory thoughts, or in your absence of conversation about how long it's taking or about how it's not coming, in that absence of resistance, it comes right in. Most people are not deliberate creators, because most people are observers. And so as you observe something, it causes you to activate a vibration within you that matches whatever you're observing. But unless you are very selective sifters about what you observe, then you've got a sloppy vibration going on. So you see something that you want, and you think about how you want it, and it activates the vibration, and all things, non-physical and physical, all things, material and energy, all things, heaven and earth, begin to conspire in order to deliver to you the manifestation of your desire every single time. But when you stand where you are and you notice that what you want is slow to come, you activate that slowing process too. Or when you look at where you are and you speak about where you are, you activate the absence of what you want within your vibrational field, which means the presence of what you want cannot come to you. When you say yes to something, you include the vibration of it within yours. When you say no to something, you include the vibration of it within yours. So more and more you are coming to realize that it is important for you to deliberately direct your thought. However, we would far rather that you pay attention to the way you feel, and that you direct your thought, or you guide your thought by using your guidance system, that you guide yourself by reaching for the best feeling thought that is available to you now. The thing that's tricky about deliberate creating in a world where there are so many of you who law of attraction is responding to, is that there is a temptation to give quite a bit of your attention to what's happening to others, and to gauge your progress by your relationship with their progress. And the thing that is troubling about that, crippling really about that, is that you can't make those comparisons, because what they're doing with their vibrational field has nothing to do with you. That would be like having a radio in your living room, and someone else in the house has their radio in the living room, and you tune your radio to what you want to hear, and at the same time that you tune your radio, theirs automatically changes frequencies too. You say, well, that doesn't usually happen. They could be on one frequency and I could be on another frequency. And while we might not be all that compatible while we are blaring all of that sound into the same room, my setting my tuner does not change their tuner. We are different vibrational transmitters and receivers. So when you are comparing what's happening to you to what's happening to someone else, you get all turned around. What you're wanting to do is pay attention only to the vibrational frequencies that are happening within you. In other words, the distance vibrationally between where you are and where you want to be is the only thing that is of any concern at all to you. Where am I in relationship to where I want to be? It's like Magellan in Jerry and Esther's Monster Bus. Magellan is a navigational guidance system. And Magellan knows where they are. There are satellites in the sky, an antenna on their roof, a computer brain in the monster bus. The satellites in the sky give the brain in the monster bus information about where they are. And so Jerry and Esther just program in the address that they want to go to, and Magellan tells them how to get there. Magellan is only interested in the distance between where they are and where they want to be. Magellan never says, where have you been? Magellan never says, how long have you been there? Magellan never says, Jerry and Esther, I've given you guidance about where you say you want to go, and you've been ignoring me. You exit the freeway, you go places you haven't asked me. I've had it with you. I'm not giving you any more guidance. Magellan just calculates the distance and the best way to get from where they are to where they want to be. And that's what your guidance system does too. Your guidance system helps you know where you are vibrationally speaking in relationship to where you want to be vibrational speaking. And if you are paying attention to the way you feel, you can always have clear guidance. As Jerry and Esther traveled for many years back and forth between Phoenix and San Diego, about halfway is Yuma, Arizona. And when they come to Yuma, they don't panic because they're not in San Diego. They just keep moving in the direction of San Diego because they understand the distance. It's easy to have trust or belief or knowing that your outcome is going to be as you want it to be. What happens so often with you relative to your own emotional vibrational guidance is that we think sometimes you lose track of where you are because you are not considering the only two factors that matter. You're not considering the vibrational feel of where you want to be in relationship with the vibrational feel of where you are. We've been teasing that when they get to Yuma, they don't have an emotional meltdown because they're not in San Diego, and then get so disoriented that they just turn around and go back to Phoenix. And yet, that's what happens with so many of you. You're on your way to something that you want, but you're so aware of where you are, that where you are dominates your vibrational field, and then you can't get to where you want to be. And so you say, I'm stuck in Yuma. And we say, you can't be stuck in Yuma. You can't be stuck anywhere because your vibration is always in motion. Things are changing constantly. You do not turn your radio on and say to the radio, play that song that was on when I last had you on. I know it's in there. Give it to me. It was there when I turned you off. Now give it to me now that I've turned you on. Because you know that the radio is a transmitting and receiving machine. And you are too. So as Jerry and Esther were driving to San Diego on Thursday, they spent the night in Yuma. Esther said this could be dangerous, given all the rhetoric Abraham has been giving about getting stuck in Yuma. And then Esther said, wouldn't it be fun to take a picture of a highway sign to put in the quarterly journal? Since Abraham has been talking so much about not getting stuck in Yuma, let's take a picture of us stuck in Yuma. She said, we'll get the big red suitcase out and we'll put it by the street sign and I'll sit on it and look discouraged and you can take a picture. And then Jerry pointed out that the highway sign was 20 feet in the air and he would not be able to get the picture of Esther sitting in front of it. And Esther said, well, then let's just take some pictures of some signs. And so they got onto the freeway, and right away, Esther saw the best possible sign. It said, Phoenix that way, San Diego that way. And Esther said, that's the perfect sign. Take the picture. But Jerry could not get the camera turned on in time. So Jerry said, let's make a U-turn, which is not the easiest thing to do with a 65-foot rig. But Esther managed to turn it around and come back around to the sign. And this time, the camera had turned itself off. It took too long. So they looped around again. And this time, the camera said, no memory space. So they looped around again. Esther dumped the pictures out of the camera. They turned on the generator, plugged the camera into the generator, looped around one last time, and got the picture. Esther said, that was close. I thought we were going to be stuck in Yuma. It's the self-fulfilling prophecy. When you know where you want to be, and more importantly, you know where you are in relationship to where you want to be, then and only then are you able to always move in the right direction. The only thing that is keeping you from the glorious, powerful, free, joyous life experience that you are meant to live is that you have practiced thoughts until they have become habitual thoughts, even beliefs, dominant thoughts, which sometimes keep you from experiencing the well-being that would be there if you were not doing that. Well-being is the only stream that flows. You don't walk into a room and look for a dark switch. You look for the switch that will resist the light. And there's not a source of darkness or a source of evil or a source of sickness or a source of confusion. There is not a source of any of that bad stuff. It's just you not letting in the good stuff. The good stuff is there for you. Some of you have a hard time believing it because you've pinched yourself off from it for a while regarding different things. And we know that the way you develop your beliefs is by offering a vibration which law of attraction then matches, which gives you a manifestation. And you say, here's the fact. Here's the evidence of this truth. And we say, it's not a fact of truth. All it is evidence of your vibrational frequency. That's like tuning your radio to 101 FM and then declaring, this is the truth. 101 FM is the truth. How do you know? It's on my radio. It must be true. It has manifested. The air is full of the broadcast of 101 FM. It must be true. And we say, you've only tuned into that, and you are making it your truth. And all things are that way. You are the creator of your own reality, and so is everyone else. So you're getting the sense of this, aren't you? That when you pay attention to the way you feel, that then you have awareness of what you are doing in terms of your vibration. When you are really allowing your connection to source, you feel clarity, you feel joy, you feel love, you feel enthusiasm, you feel passion, you feel eagerness. When you're really not allowing your connection to your source energy, you feel depression, you feel discouraged, you feel fear, you sometimes feel anger, you feel defeated, you feel powerless. So the ultimate connection to who you really are is an empowered feeling. It's a feeling of invincibility. It's a feeling that there is nothing that I cannot be or do or have. It's a feeling of abject worthiness. It's a feeling of knowing the well-being of your being. And of course, the other end of the spectrum is what resistance is. So you have this wonderful guidance system within you that lets you know in every moment what you're doing right now, which is where all of your power is. It's not about what you did yesterday or what you did 5 years ago or what you will do tomorrow. All of your power is right here and right now while you're feeling the guidance. So if you are aware of the way you feel and you have this new mantra, you really mean it, nothing is more important than that I feel good. Now you're on your track. You're always on your way to where you want to be. We are always wanting to help you find the best possible way of moving up the vibrational scale, of finding relief. So that's what we'll be talking about here today. We want to talk about anything that is important to you. But we see our value to you in helping you to recognize vibrationally where you are in relationship to where you want to be. We want to say this up front here because you'll be watching it all day, and we want you to get a keen sense of the value of your guidance system. Let's say that you are in the midst of financial disaster, and you have all of the emotions that often accompany that. You're fearful, you're discouraged, maybe even depressed, you feel disempowered, you don't really know what to do. As we guide you to thoughts that give you relief, and you actually find relief, some of you may say, but wait, nothing has changed in terms of the manifestation. And what we really want you to hear is, if you will take the manifestation just for a little while out of the equation and let what you are shooting for be an improved emotion, a feeling of relief, it is our promise to you that the improved manifestation will follow.